Hey, welcome back to my Pokemon version 2 tutorial series. In the description there's a link. The link contains a folder called Pokemon and it has some animations in it. Okay, first of all we're going to want to open up some things. So let's open up our base Pokemon. Let's go to actors, open up our player base. Go to antagonists, open up blue. And we want to go to blueprints. Structs, open up the Pokemon info struct. You want to go to widgets, open up WB Startable and Battle WB. Okay. Right off the bat, let's go to that struct, Pokemon info struct. And I actually added a new variable because I've tried to record this video a couple of times. So add a new variable and you'll make it of type float. And we'll call this health. And I did receive a whole lot of Pokemon. I've just got to go through them on Blender to get them all in, because they're not the standard FBX format. Anyway, so let's import these animations that I did for Squirtle and Bulbasaur. Let's go to animations, Pokemon animations, and open up Squirtle's folder. And let's bring in Squirtle. Don't import the mesh. Make sure that Squirtle skeleton is selected and import. And then we can go back to Pokemon animations, Bulbasaur, and as I said, I've done this video a couple of times, just keep getting interrupted. And then we can import Bulbasaur's animations. Don't import the mesh, make sure Bulbasaur's skeleton is selected and import all. Alright, then go to the walk animation, open it up, go to the rate scale and set it to 2.4. Then go to the idle animation and cut out from about here, remove from frame 3 to frame 7 and set the play rate to 0.2 and save. Okay. Now what we're going to do is set up the animation graphs. So let's go anim graph. Squirtle. You're gonna have to make these folders. I didn't show you guys to make these, so you'll have to make two new folders, Squirtle and Bulbasaur. Then we'll open up the Squirtle one, and we'll right click, go to animation, create animation blueprint, select Squirtle skeleton, and call it Squirtle anim BP. Okay. We'll open that up. We'll add a state machine. And then we'll drag off and say default slot. So we'll add it to the default slot so our montages will work. We'll open up the state machine and bring in the Squirtle idle. And bring in Squirtle's walk. And from the Squirtle idle to the walk, and from the walk to the idle, we'll create transitional rules. Open up the one from idle to walk and make a new variable. We'll call this speed. We'll make it of type float. And we'll just check that it's greater than 12. Now this can be any value between I think 5 and 15. It should work fine. I just use 12 because the buttons are right next to each other. And then to exit, we will check that it is less than 12, so just the opposite. Okay, and then we'll go to the event graph. On this try get pawn owner, we'll get velocity. And then we'll get the length of that velocity, so vector length, and we'll set the speed variable that we created off of that vector length. Okay, so something like that. Now we can compile, and he's in his idle state. Great stuff. Now we need to go to the anim graph folder, go to Bulbasaur, and do one for Bulbasaur. So animation blueprint, Bulbasaur skeleton, call this Bulba anim BP, state machine, and add it to the default slot. And we'll name all of these as the animation graph gets more complex, but as of now I'm using Maya, and it's better for exporting, but the animations take a bit longer for me to make. Okay, so same thing. To enter walk, we're going to create a variable. We'll call it speed. Type float. Bring it in. And check that it's greater than 12. And as I said, this can be any number, just as long as it's constant for going back and forth, and it's less than your actual speed. So then to exit, this time I use 10, so I'm just going to use 10 to, so less than 10, then we can exit. Okay, then we're going to go to the event graph, off of the get pawn owner, get velocity, and get the length of that velocity, and set your speed that you created. Okay, compile, and we'll clean this up when we get back to it. We're not going to worry about bubble source size right now, we'll adjust that inside of the actual thing. Okay, then we can close these out, and on our WB startable, or rather on blue first, we want to drag off of when we spawn as Pokemon in for battle, so that's off of this initiate battle function inside of blue. We're going to drag off and we're going to cast to our base Pokemon, and we're going to set his Pokemon details, and we'll set his details to blue's Pokemon in his bag, just like that. So it's his first Pokemon he's called out. It's the only Pokemon he has at the moment. We'll elaborate this when we get different Pokemon for trainers, but first we're going to do this battle, then wild encounters, catching Pokemon, and then we'll do multiple Pokemon battles. We pretty much do have the setup for that for with our current selection thingy on our character, but for now we have nothing on blue. Anyway, with that said, now his Pokemon details are set, so we're going to go to our WB startable, and where we set our antagonist's Pokemon, we're going to need to set, we've only done Squirtle. I only have attacks for Squirtle, so we're only doing Squirtles today. So we can split all these attack pins, and we'll bring it up, and then we just need to type in these attacks. So the first one's going to be Water Gun, and the second one will also be Water Gun, because we've only got 2 attacks, and then Headbutt, last one, sorry, split that shotgun. I promoted to a variable accent, just delete that. Oops, sorry about that, guys. The last one, Headbutt, and we're going to need some montages for these, so we'll go to our animations folder, animations, Pokemon animations, Squirtle, and go to the Headbutt, right click, create, and a montage, and we'll call this S Headbutt, because I'm sure we'll have other Pokemon that do headbutts, and similarly with the Water Gun, so we'll do S Water Gun for Squirtle Water Gun. Okay, then we'll set these montages, so Water Gun will be Water Gun, not Headbutt, Water Gun, and Water Gun, and the damage I'm just going to set as a 12 through as a constant. Just for testing. Headbutt and Headbutt for the other two, and I'll just leave it at 12 damage. I really like that number. My finger's always close to those numbers. And the Pokemon's health is going to be on 100. Okay, so compile, and all of that should set as we pick up the Pokemon. Now we're going to need to set our Pokemon's health as well, our first Pokemon that we pick up, and his health will also be on 100. Okay, compile. And now what we need to do is, like I said, all his animations are set. We need to get our base Pokemon, and now when we do damage to our player, or our Pokemon, we need to minus details and whatnot. So let's get the Pokemon details, and this will apply to both if we owned or not. So we'll break it, and we'll drag off health and say minus, We are going to need all these pins, so we're just going to leave that as is. And we're going to minus the incoming damage. We're going to check if this is less than or equal to 0 and do a branch. And if it is not less than or equal to 0, then we're going to set our Pokemon details. So get Pokemon details and set them. And we'll have to turn this into a function. Maybe not a function, maybe an event, so just Control X that. Let's go down here, and then we can paste that and create a custom event. Let's call this player, well, let's call this Pokemon take damage. Alright, so I'm going to plug that in, and we're going to have an input of type float. We'll call this incoming damage, and we'll plug that into the minus. And if it's false, we'll set this, so split the struct pin, and we actually will hide these unconnected pins just to keep this bit clean. And we'll get our Pokemon details again, and split the struct pin, and then we'll just plug them all in, except for the health. The health will plug in as that minus result. So like that. And if it's true, then we'll do something. I'll just check if he's player owned again, I guess. A bit of a silly thing to do, but we'll do this. Okay, so if he's player owned, and we'll set the game paused. Otherwise, we'll destroy this actor. And then we'll like call our player's exit battle thing. Excuse me. Okay, so now we need to call this event. So for true, we'll call Pokemon take damage, and we'll just duplicate that, and we'll call it for false as well, because it's not going to matter, it does the check inside of it anyway. And then coming damage will plug into damage, just like that, and compile. And now we need to go to our Pokemon folder, blueprints, actors, Pokemon, Bulbasaur, and open up the full blueprint editor, go to the viewport, go to the mesh, and use animation blueprint, and we want to use Bulbas and a BP, and then we can just scale him down. I think 0.1 by 0.1 by 0.1 is perfect. Okay, I think then we need to make sure when we spawn him, okay, it won't matter about the scale. Okay, so Squirtle, we're going to do the same thing. I don't think we're going to have to change his size, hopefully not. Squirtle's on MVP. Let's see. Oh, he's tiny. This needs to be Squirtle. There we go, it's perfect. Great stuff. So now I think, if all went well, we should be able to test this. One more thing we have to do is go to base Pokemon, and this Pokemon take damage. We're gonna only do this once. So do once, each time it's called we'll do it once. We'll do sequence, we'll reset it when it's called as well. So it'll do the damage, and or rather it will reset itself, then it'll do damage. So now we can hopefully try this out. Select our Pokemon, Come on, blue. Come on, fight me, blue. Okay, so my Pokemon did not come out. Reason being is I was testing something and disconnected this. So go to your get Pokemon current selection, and we're gonna actually just select that to whatever it's supposed to be. And on that loop, we need to find that loop quickly. Yeah, okay, I've got a lot of cleaning up to do, guys. So yeah, on the length, we'll do this. We'll put the -1 rather. Whoops. Okay, that didn't work. Don't do that. Compile. Get Pokemon current selection and just plug it. Yeah, just plug it straight in. Make sure our Pokemon is spawning. Throw a Charmander. I don't want to get in a fight and he doesn't come out again. Where's my fucking Pokemon? I had to actually select 0. Okay. I selected naught. The wrong thing to do. What the frick? Okay. My bad. Sorry guys, I don't know, my brain is not here. I was very sick on the weekend and it just messed with everything. So back to normal, got our -1 plugged in, just scroll down to get your 1 and the Pokemon's not spawning. Okay. So let's try this again. Now I'm on note selection and still no Pokemon. So what's going on? What the frick did we do? We don't have Charmanders set to nothing. What a banana. Use animation blueprint, use Charmander's animgraph and select Charmander's skeleton. Okay, so we can go back to our play base. Let's just leave that as it is for now. We know it's working. So, back to battle. Select 1. Pokemon should be coming out, I believe. On 0 selection, I wanted to have like catching Pokemon or something like that. I don't know. Okay, so let's go to scratch. Let's see. So we did damage, and oh shit, we did more damage than we were meant to. So let's go to our base Pokemon. Let's just do it once. We're not going to reset it. So we'll do damage once every time we call that event. So it shouldn't do multiple stacks of damage. I mean, his Pokemon should have 100 health. We should only be doing 12 plus like 42 or something like that. Because we do plus on the base damage as well when we attack. That's how we'll level up. Okay, this time he didn't die, so we did damage once. Great. Now here comes him, and he did damage once. And he did his little animation, it looked like. We'll double check. Hopefully we don't kill him now. Okay, we did damage once again. Lovely. We'll have a HP display and everything happening. But this is the gist of battle. They are going back and forth and doing their attacks. One more thing we want to do is when we take damage, we want to give the AI a selection of attacks. So off the selection, we're going to do random integer in range, not from stream. Random integer in range, and will be between 0 and 3. Okay, So now he'll pick a random attack to attack us with. And in the next video we're going to look into putting HP on the screen and AP for using attacks, and hopefully finishing the battle putting on a end widget screen or something like that. And then we can get onto wild Pokemon and catching Pokemon, the fun stuff. But I just thought the space for trainer battles would be a nice thing. Okay, so they did do a headbutt. He is playing his animations. That makes me very happy. Okay, so now I can go over and attack, and I should not be able to attack. No, I can. That's a problem. Okay, so when we attack, where do we set the player's turn? We've only set it when he moves back. And we set player's turn to false on our move back. So we want to actually set our player's turn we'll make a new variable. We'll just make a new variable. We'll call it attacking. I'll bring it out here. Get it? And we'll do a branch. And we'll just plug it in there. I know it's getting messy. We'll do a cleanup video. It's just my time has not been treating me well. Okay, so if attacking is false, we'll go through. So he won't be able to do an attack if he is attacking. So if it's false, we'll go through and we'll set it to true. So then he is attacking. And after we've moved back, doesn't matter who we are, we'll set attacking to true, false. So we'll be able to attack again. I mean, that should. I wonder, let me just go and double check here, because I think I'm duplicating code now and that's not clever. So yeah, we're checking already if it's the player's turn. We don't want to do that. Sorry guys. Let's just forget I did that. Get rid of that whole variable and we'll get his player turn. We'll actually set it inside of the widget itself. So let's go to battle WB and get this and say set as player turn immediately as we attack to false. Alright, that should have fixed it. And then, as I said, in the next video we're going to get AP being used, HP showing up, and hopefully getting an end battle widget screen with some XP adding to our Pokemon. And that'll be the next video, and then the one after that will be wild encounters and catching Pokemon, the fun stuff. So there we go, do an attack. We should be able to attack now, we can't. We'll double check this again just to make sure. So there we are, we're attacking and we can't duplicate the attack. We have to wait until it's finished, and even then we have to wait until he finishes his move. So there we go, we can see if we can get the game to pause. Since we did attack first, we should be able to kill him before he kills us. So not the greatest animations, but yeah, I'm getting there. Getting better with each animation. Maybe Ember does a bit more damage. I mean, the game should pause once we get him to low enough health, or once we get to low enough health, or he should die, one of the two. So we've had about 4 attacks. 4 times 12 is 50, I think, 50 something, somewhere around there. I don't know, I'm not doing maths right now. We'll just keep attacking. It should happen we've killed him once before. Otherwise, we might have to make a function just to be called that'll reset our attack. So let's do that, because I don't think that the do once is being reset, and we can just test that before we waste our time. Incoming damage, and we're going through the do once, so we'll just print the string here. So we'll do a print string, not all for there. We'll plug it into the result and plug it in like that. Okay. So now we should be seeing if damage is actually being dealt each time. Because if it is being dealt and our health is not being set, then we've got an issue for another day. But now you've got the gist of how to set up your Pokemon's attacks, and we'll have them swapping out and changing so that you can get new ones. So we did 88 damage there. Holy crap. He did 88 damage too, and I wonder, is the second damage even doing attack? I don't think it is. No, it's not. That is the problem. Okay, so the problem is this is not being called again. So we'll just fix that up in this video quickly. So we want to reset this, but we only want to reset it after our trace is done being fired. So let's go to our do damage function, go to its trace and set its duration down to 1, and then we'll go to the event graph, go to our Pokemon take damage, and we'll add a delay here of 2 seconds, so then we know the trace is finished and we can reset it and it won't do more damage. Okay, and this way on our second attack we should end the battle by him dying, and in the next video we'll make the end battle function and just continue with functionality. I'm sorry it's taking so long, but yeah, time constraints. So let's go in, do an Ember. I might kill him the first shot now. I don't know how much Ember does. Okay, well it didn't print a string, so he should do 88 damage, whatever. I think that's the norm. What's going on here? Because I used 12 for everything. And he should die now. No, it's not working. So let's print our string again. Debugging time, guys. Sorry. It should destroy him. Anyway, let's see what happens. And then when we just call back our Pokemon, we're gonna set our Pokemon bag details to this Pokemon's details. So if he's leveled up, lost health, or anything, PP, HP, whatever, then it will show us. So first attack, 88 damage. Nice. And he does an 88 damage attack. Come on, I want to attack. And we did a 76 damage with the same attack for some reason. Oh no, it's showing the result of his health. I'm a retard. Sorry guys. Okay. Well, it is working. Here we go. We'll be able to finish this up and watch either oh well, we'll see his Pokemon die. His Pokemon's gonna die. We're gonna win this battle. I have confidence in my Charmander. So there you have it, guys. That's how the battle's gonna work. And then on that event damage function on the do once at the end of either or, if you're player owned or not, we'll call to end the game, or call out your next Pokemon, or being sent to a Pokemon Center, or whatever we're gonna do. So there, his Pokemon died. Now we would call end battle. All this would go away, and a widget would come up here to show XP gained, and level up our Pokemon, and we would send the Pokemon back to our bag, sending his stats back to the bag. And yeah, that's what you're looking at in the next video. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Yeah, I'll get you a new one sometime in the middle of the week. Thanks. Cheers, guys.